Berry granite was formed by the violent collisions of sections of Earth, known as tectonic plates. As the edge of one section was drawn underneath another, the material heated to the melting point, forming liquid rock called magma. This magma rose towards the surface, but was trapped by older, overlying rock. This magma solidified over time, forming a deposit of solid granite 10 miles thick, covering 8 square miles. The advance and retreat of glaciers eroded the overlying stone, leaving parts of the massive pluton exposed. Although Native Americans used pieces of the exposed granite to make axe heads and arrowheads, and early white settlers used the granite for foundations, generally the granite was considered a nuisance, an obstacle to the growing of crops. It took the vision of Robert Parker, a veteran of both the Revolutionary War and the War of 1812, to recognize the potential of the stone. "It is as if God slammed his mighty fist into these green mounts," Parker exclaimed, leaving his imprint that which was both pure and terrible the same. Parker opened the first commercial berry quarry about 1814. His success motivated others, and soon berry quarries were supplying granite millstones for the great mills of New England and eastern Canada. The fledgling berry industry did not go unnoticed. The Vermont legislature chose the fine gray granite for the construction of a new state house in neighboring Montpelier in 1833. Upon its completion, it was hailed as the most beautiful state house in the nation. Transportation of the granite blocks, the 11 miles from the quarries to Montpelier, was so arduous and costly, however, that the quarry supplying the stone lost money on the contract. Early quarries were very shallow. These granite pioneers relied on brute strength and blasting powder to dislodge granite from the hillsides. Workers removed blocks and placed them on horse-drawn wagons. Heavier pieces were left for winter, when they could be drawn by sled. The heaviest conveyed on wooden rollers at a rate of only 1 mile per week. This lack of efficient transportation would cripple the industry for another 40 years. By the time of the Civil War, less than a dozen men still worked in the berry quarries. In 1875, a rail line was established, linking Berry with the rest of the nation. This access to a national market spurred the flagging granite industry and caused an economic boom. Immigrants soon arrived from Scotland, Italy, and dozens of other nations. Between the years 1880 and 1900, the population of Berry grew from 2,000 to nearly 12,000 people. One of these young hopefuls was George Milne, who immigrated from Scotland and arrived in Berry in 1883. A skilled stonecutter from his earliest boyhood, Milne joined forces with Vermont natives James Boutwell and Harvey Varnum to form Boutwell, Milne, and Varnum in 1905. Dissatisfied with the way Berry granite was marketed nationally, an advertising agency was hired to develop a new marketing strategy. In 1914, Boutwell, Milne, and Varnum began marketing the stone as Rock of Ages granite. The company became incorporated as Rock of Ages Corporation in 1925. The largest integrated granite quarrier, manufacturer, and retailer of finished granite memorial products in North America, Rock of Ages is also the largest wholesaler of granite blocks used for construction and memorial fabrication. The company owns numerous quarries and manufacturing facilities, and currently operates 10 quarries in North Carolina, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Vermont, Canada, and Ukraine, giving Rock of Ages customers the most desirable colors and the finest quality granites available anywhere in the world. Extraordinary advances in technology have revolutionized the quarrying of granite. The process begins by separating a block of the world's finest granite from the quarry mass, a process called channeling. Rock of Ages utilizes two primary methods. The slot drill, a pneumatically driven rotary drill, cuts a series of vertical holes that form a row. A second bit is then used to cut the web, the granite that remains between these drill holes, forming a continuous channel. The second method of channeling employs the diamond wire saw. The motor and pulley system of the saw drags a continuous loop of diamond-embedded wire across the stone. The motor mounted on a track so that the tension of the wire can be adjusted as the cut is made. Once a block has been separated vertically by channeling, an undercut is made to cut the bottom of the block. An air-driven lift-hole drill is placed perpendicular to the face of the block being cut. A series of parallel, horizontal holes are drilled along the base of the block. These holes extend completely beneath the block. Selected holes are filled with an explosive and detonated electrically. After a warning whistle is blown and all of the workers are clear, the explosion occurs. Now a massive block is free from the quarry wall, but it is far too large to be lifted from the quarry. A double, deep hole drill is used to drill a series of holes that form rows of holes across the block, approximately 5 feet apart. Expansion wedges are driven into the rows, causing a stress that cracks the massive block into smaller blocks. Wire cable is then wrapped around the block. An enormous derrick lifts the block to the surface. Each block is transported by a diesel fork loader to a storage area where it is inspected and inventoried. Here, Rock of Ages superb granites are bought by numerous other manufacturers of other fine granite memorials and other quality granite products. In addition, Rock of Ages provides premier granites for its own manufacturing facilities. The first step of fabrication is cutting the block into pieces, called slabs. Large, circular saws with diamond-studded teeth are used to cut the stone. Next, many slabs are polished by large, automated polishing machines that grind or sand the surface with industrial abrasives. The guillotine or hydraulic splitter is a fast way of breaking the stone. Steel wedges, driven by 20,000 pounds per square inch pressure, split the polished granite slabs into smaller pieces. Diamond saws make straight cuts to dimension the polished slabs. Complicated curves and intricate angles are cut by precision contour saws. Every memorial or mausoleum begins with an idea. With over 70 years' experience, Rock of Ages has created striking memorials of every conceivable design, including a full-size Mercedes limousine. Whether it is a marker or mausoleum, Rock of Ages creates memorials with one sole purpose: to celebrate the unique life of a cherished loved one. Rock of Ages skilled artisans create letters and detailed ornamentation using a process known as sand carving. The design is transferred from paper to a sheet of rubber, which is adhered to the granite. Skilled workers carefully cut along the lines of the design, peeling away portions of the rubber to form a stencil. The granite and stencil are then placed into a metal booth. Here, an operator stands behind a protective shield. Abrasive is blown under pressure from a nozzle, cutting the design into the granite. By repeating the process, exposing new areas, and covering previously exposed sections, delicate three-dimensional effects are achieved. Because polishing granite highlights the darker aspects of the stone, and sand carving emphasizes the lighter shades of the stone, pleasing contrasts are created that aid in design. This same principle is utilized in the etching process. An artist uses a diamond tip tool to selectively scratch away the darker polished areas of the stone. Rock of Ages artisans create photo-quality portraiture for individual memorials, as well as for public monuments. Rock of Ages statuary and finely carved memorial details are produced by master sculptors. The design is often worked into clay and then cast in plaster. Metal points are inserted to aid in reproducing exacting proportions. The granite is roughed out with pneumatic tools. Various delicate chisels and handheld pneumatic tools are then used by the sculptor to create exquisite works of art. This hand finishing and meticulous attention to detail are the hallmarks of a Rock of Ages memorial or mausoleum. Rock of Ages takes great pride in its artistry and quality. This relentless pursuit of excellence and use of superior granites allows Rock of Ages to provide the most comprehensive warranty available against defects in materials and workmanship. Uncompromising value and unequaled beauty have made Rock of Ages memorial products the best-selling in North America. Fine memorial products may be purchased from many independently owned retailers. The Rock of Ages Corporation additionally owns and operates more than 100 retail outlets in 15 states and is continually expanding its retail operations to better meet its customers' needs. In addition to creating the world's finest memorials and mausoleums, Rock of Ages has an international reputation as a leader in industrial granite products. Today's demanding technology necessitates exacting tolerances. Precision products produced by Rock of Ages include machine bases and surface plates utilized in industries where measurement is critical, such as aeronautics. A dimensioned piece of granite is carefully ground and measured by sophisticated devices to determine the tolerance or distance between the highest and lowest point. Rock of Ages is capable of producing plates with a specified tolerance of less than 25 millionths of an inch. Many of the finest manufacturers use Rock of Ages plates and bases in the manufacturing of jet engine parts, automobiles, precision optical grinding equipment, and other products that require exacting measures. The world's largest surface plate was produced by the Rock of Ages Corporation for Aerojet General for use as the master gauge in the ASRM project for the NASA Space Shuttle program. With its virtually inexhaustible supply of the world's finest granite, Rock of Ages is in the unique position of offering its customers the most accurate, durable, and cost-effective precision plates and machine bases in the world. Rock of Ages Precision Products also produces granite press rolls used in the manufacturing of paper from wood pulp. Its patented Accutension design, the finest design available, eliminates the need for a central shaft to extend through the press roll. A Rock of Ages press roll begins as a mammoth block of buried granite. The large block is cut by a wire saw that uses twisted wire to drag silicon carbide abrasive through the stone. The block is sawn to form an octagon. This octagon is placed on a large lathe. A series of plunge cuts are then performed, eliminating the vertices of the octagon, forming a rough round. Another lathe completes the rounding process. A series of holes are drilled concentric to the center. Threaded steel rods are placed in the holes. Hydraulic pressure is applied to the rods to compress the granite roll along its axis, producing a stronger roll than conventional designs. The most discriminating architects and engineers insist on using Rock of Ages granites. Renowned for their outstanding beauty and durability, Rock of Ages granites can be seen around the world in projects as diverse as state capitol buildings, towering skyscrapers, and Olympic headquarters, Union Station in Washington, D.C., and the world's largest bas-relief in granite, which adorns Libby Dam in Montana. Instituted in the 1920s, the Rock of Ages Tours program is one of the oldest and best-known attractions in the state of Vermont, hosting many thousands of visitors from May to October. The Visitors Center features historic displays, unique gifts, and interactive exhibits. Guided shuttle tours provide a bird's-eye view of the quarrying operation. At the Manufacturing Center, visitors marvel at the skill of artisans as they create the world's finest memorials. No tour of the Barre area is complete without a visit to Barre City. For its size, Barre City houses an impressive collection of public statuary. Erected in 1899, the Robert Burns Memorial pays tribute to the Scottish ancestry of many of Barre's residents. Its intricately carved panels are among the finest examples of granite carving in the world. Completed in 1924, Youth Triumphant honors those who fought in World War I. It depicts the prayer for peace of a warrior on bended knee. The Italian-American Monument, dedicated in 1985, celebrates the Italian heritage of many of Barre's finest sculptors and artists. 1 mile north of the city lies Hope Cemetery, a showcase of memorial art created by Barre's numerous manufacturers. Hope Cemetery serves as an outdoor museum viewed by thousands of visitors each year, amazed by the beauty and awed by the many unusual memorials. Based upon its current output, there is an estimated 4,500-year supply of Rock of Ages Barre granite, enough fine quality granite to evoke the creativity of many generations to come.